Hi, and thank you for tuning in to Lunch Talk with Carters. I am your hostess, Star Carter.
And I am your host, Michael Carter.
And we just come to tell you all today that it is time to get the show started. Happy Memorial Day, guys. If you live in the United States and you celebrate the Memorial Day holiday, happy Memorial Day to all you guys on this wonderful Monday. How you doing today, Mr. Carter?
I'm doing great. I'm doing wonderful.
All right. So what we going to talk about today?
Well, the last couple of episodes, guys, we've been talking a lot about self-esteem, having that self-confidence. So today we're going to have one more episode in that lineup. We're going to talk about if an attractive person hits on your mate, how would you perceive that, or how would you react, or how would you take that?
Okay, sound like another very interesting topic. So you said we talked about flirting, then we talked about jealousy. So now, like you said, it's kind of going on the same lines as in that you're just trying to start something. That's what it sounds like to me, Mr. Carter.
No, it's just all about, like I said in the last few episodes, we're just trying to make you be self-aware of your self-importance, of, what you got. It's self-esteem. A lot of those situations that we talked about in the last couple of episodes, it's about perception and how you perceive yourself, or are you confident in yourself, and the reactions you give could be contributing to that.
Okay. Well, that's a good take on it. And I'll tell you right now, if an attractive person did hit on you, I just look at how you handle it. Because I'm not oblivious that you're a very good looking guy. So I'm pretty sure that does happen. I'm not around you 24/7 of the day. So I would just wonder, how would you handle that situation? Because that's what it all boils down to. A person can hit on you all day long, but it's only in the person's reaction and their feedback if it continues to go forward, So that's, I would not be jealous of it unless, nothing would even arrive in my mind if I don't even know about it, so I don't even know how that would really come about unless you tell me, you know what I'm saying? Cause I'm not around you all the time. So it would be up to you how you, handle it.
Well, yeah, that's true. Well, my thing is, I think I would, if it brought to my attention, or if I see an attractive guy kind of trying to hit on my wife, it would make me feel like, I would say, uncomfortable, and a little, probably that green-eyed monster would jump on your shoulder, a little jealousy. But it's a true statement she made, is how you handle it. But I just want to find out, because we was always talking about, jealousy, or how it made people feel, if it was brought to your attention, or if the situation aroused in your presence, maybe the guy or female didn't know you was with this person and they blatantly comes off on them, and that was in your presence. So I was just wondering, we was talking about being self-aware, self-esteem. Are you confident in yourself? Are you confident in your mate? Or, how would it actually come off? Would it come off as a heated thing, or like, what the F this son of a gun doing hitting on my wife, even though the person may not known, at that time, whatever the case may be, they may not have been looking at your finger if you're married, or maybe your mate went to the bathroom or whatever if you're out together and the person actually honestly didn't know. But would that green-eyed monster of anger and jealousy, rise up out of you? Because me, I think it would in a way, but I think I would handle it in a very adult way, And again, like you said, it goes back to your mate too. How would they handle it?
Yeah, if I would take it like this, like say if we were, using your scenario, we were in the mall or something like that, and a female walked up to you, and for whatever reason that we're not side by side, I might have stopped and, stepped into a little clothing store that's a bunch of female clothes, and you're like, I don't want to go in there, I'm just going to stand outside. And a lot of you ladies, y'all have seen that, you go shopping with your man or whatever, and y'all go running up into some of the real feminine stores. They don't want to go in there. It messes with their masculinity a little bit when they go in there. And so they might sit outside, especially if they got chairs or massage chairs or something like that. And it's very well possible that a lady can walk up and not realize that you're not alone, or a man could walk up and realize that I'm not alone if you in some male sporting goods store or something I win. And that could very well happen that people don't know it. Like you said, they may not look at your ring finger, or if you're not married, then of course you wouldn't have a ring on your finger. So me personally, I would shut them down. I'd be like, okay, look, thank you, I'm flattered or whatever, but I have a man, he's in the store, I'm waiting outside the store. I appreciate your, asking me whatever it was that he may have asked, and then I would moving. Like I said, it just depends on how much you engage into it that, you even come out there and catch it. I feel like if it just happened, then you shutting it down. But if you holding the whole conversation and you come out the store and you like, y'all in a full blown conversation, and I feel like that's disrespectful, then you done took it too far.
Well, okay, I got you. Okay, that pretty much sounds about right. My reaction too. But you know how some guys are, and some females as well. Okay, you get that little extra attention, you're flattered. Okay, you're flattered. Not saying you're gonna, egg it on, or not saying you're gonna play into it. None of that. I'm not saying none of that. But guys, come on, it's the human nature. When you get a little compliment like that, you see somebody that's actually hitting on you, especially ladies, guys too, if you're up in middle age, it makes you think you still got it, especially if you're a young tenderoni or a young female, it's an ego boost in a way. So you may not just shut them down from the beginning, but you're not going to add on nothing to show them that you are interested. But just to hold that conversation, it's sort of flattering, don't y'all think?
Well, I guess, perception is everything. So if that if it strokes your ego, then Mr. Carter, then I guess that's...
Oh, Lord, there we go, stroking the ego again.
Yeah, but I'm saying, well, that's what you just said. You said, ego boost.
Yeah, ego boost.
It's the same thing. It's just a play on words. I mean, if that's what you guys off or whatever, then yeah, if that does that for you, me, myself, personally, I've never had a lack of guys hitting on me in my lifetime, and so it doesn't like do anything for me for some guy on me, other than, to me, it makes me uncomfortable because I know I am in a relationship. Like I said, I can accept the flattery of it and be like, thank you, I appreciate it, but I'm taking, and then usually in your body language, it lets them know, okay, all right, she done put the statement out there, and so I need to keep it moving. Now, if your body language, like I said in the other show, in the flirting one that we talked about, your body language tells it all. It's that non-spoken gesture in your body language. If you leaning all into him as he's telling you that he likes you or he thinks you're attractive, and you giving him a little too much, then yeah, he's gonna think that, oh, even though she's she's leaning a little bit towards me. She's giving me too much smile. It's in her eyes. I'm making her gleam. I'm making her beam. So he's looking at you like, yeah, she might be taken, but her other, her body's not saying she's taking her. You know what I'm saying? That's where that come in. What's that song I think was R. Kelly? The mind's telling me no, but your body is telling me yeah. That's what that is. That's exactly what that is. So, I mean, you just gotta, like I said, who you with. Okay. I always go back to that. Who you with. If you got a dude that they see you talking to a guy, he's gonna go the freak off. Who you with. Who you with. You done seen crazy. I tell you, and if it's a new relationship, that might be the test, to see if he's crazy or she's crazy. You don't want to, like we said, the girl from Friday, and she come running up, who the hell is that? Could be your aunt. She ain't never met her before. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to really know your partner and get to know your partner if you're not in a serious relationship, because it happens. If you're both attractive people and you carry yourself in an attractive way, because attractive is not always on the outside. A lot of times we are very beautiful in the inside, because that's where beauty should always start, in the inside, and then resonate on the outside. But if you're one of the ones that get hit on all the time, then just hit us up at talkshow@gmail.com and let us know, how do you guys handle it in your relationship if someone's hits on you? And what kind of, what do y'all do? Do y'all fight? What do y'all do?
Well, in every situation is different. So, some guys overreact. Some women overreact, because you got some of these, I hate to say it, but these, ratchet females out there, like you said about Friday. They don't give you time to explain, or they act like they can't see the situation or whatever. They ready to rip the little girl hair out. They coming over there not asking questions or like, what's going on here or whatever. They just fly off the handle. But, like I say, it's just different stroke for different folks. And a valid point, guys, like my wife said, your mate, it's up to them to shut it down too, if it's going to a disrespectful level. Now, you can't stop a guy from talking to you, or I can't stop someone for trying to hit on my wife. I have an attractive wife. What I'm supposed to do, bogart her 24/7, 7 days a week? No, I can't do that. So basically, she made a valid point in the beginning, guys. It's your mate. It's up to you. Because your mate is not with you all the time. I just gave you a couple of scenarios. If you were there, how would you react? But you're not with your mate 24/7. So it's up to you, how far to take it. Are you going to take it as a simple little, misunderstanding? The guy or girl didn't know you were with anybody. Or are you going to take it as flattering? Or are you going to take it to another level and play up on it? So it's about how you going to conduct that situation.
So I was sitting here and I was listening to you, babe. Those ones, like when you were saying about the ego stroking and the ego boost, how about the ones that like to go back to their mate? Now, their mate wasn't present when when they were approached, but they like to go back to their mate and tell their mate everything every time somebody done hit on them. Like, guess what, babe? I was in the grocery store and I know this child had to be at least 10 years younger than me, and he done asked me for my phone number and all this kind of stuff. So what do you think about ones that feel like they got to go back and tell their mate? Are they trying to make their mate jealous? Are they trying to get a rise out their mate? Maybe their relationship is going a little stale, and maybe that's their way of bringing the spice back to let them know that somebody else wants me. Do you see that happening in relationships where people do that on purpose, to tell them, hey, I just got cracked on at the store, or I just got cracked on at the red light or something? Have you ever known anybody, or have that ever happened to you?
Of course. That's pretty much in every, relationship. I'm not, okay, I take that back. I'm not going to say that's in every relationship, but is it a large percentage of relationships? Because you got to let your mate know what they got. Mm-hmm. It's that simple. Male or female, you got to let your mate know, oh, you got the stuff here. Yeah. You don't want me, somebody else will. Come on, guys, let's be real. That's in a lot of relationships, especially if your mate, don't let your mate, not show you enough tension, or y'all done had a little stale, era there for a minute. Please don't let that happen, because that's the first thing. And I hate to say it, but I see that more so when it comes to females. Some guys do it too, but that messy kind of crap right there. I mostly see females trying to, I would say not convince, but show their man, I'm still sexy. I still got it, and the age thing. Oh, he was 10 years younger than me. These little older women, cougars, they love these little young boys. So they gonna say that, just, you right, try to get a rouse out of their mate, male or female. But I think that's mostly a female thing, huh? I really do.
Okay. Well, I've never done it, because I look at it like this. If I'm with you, to me, in my mind, there's no competition. If you treat me right and we treating each other right, I don't feel like that there should be any level of competition where I got to come back and tell you, well, guess what? This person hit on me today, while I was at work, or they came in the credit union and they hit on me, or, or vice versa. This girl at my job, they asked me for my phone number. I mean, what for? What for? I wasn't there. I didn't witness it. So unless you tell me, I don't know. Like I said at the beginning of the show, I won't know, because we're not around each other 24/7. So what is the point of that? Because it'll go back to what I say about, you need to know your mate. And if your mate is one of the ones that you can talk to about that and they laugh it off or whatever, then that's okay. But if you going back and you already having maybe some issues and you doing that, it might go way left.
I agree. And that's the thing too. Like I was saying earlier, a few minutes ago. Okay. That right there, to me, is messy. Okay. I'm sorry. I mean, some people might say, I want to know. They being honest. Nah, they're not being honest. I don't want to know. I'm just being real. I don't want to know. Of course, if you're beautiful or handsome, of course, that's going to happen every freaking day, guys. Come on. Let's be adults. It's going to happen. I don't want to know every time my wife goes to the grocery store, somebody hits on her. Every time she go here, somebody hits on her. I don't care. If it gets to a point that I need to care, yeah, tell me. You're an adult. When that point comes. But just,
if somebody's stalking me.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, if it gets to that point, then you think you need to tell your mate. Of course.
I'm seeing this person all the time. I like on my lunch break or something, and I say if I have a routine and I always go to a store or something, and that person always just so happened to be there, like he's watching me or something. And I feel like, I need to let you know, because I could be in harm's way and not even know it.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's why I was saying, unless I need to know, but if it's just a simple come on, I don't care. But that's the least of my worry, because, I honestly and truly, I trust the person I'm with. Okay. So I know if it is something, it's not going to go beyond, okay, thank you for the compliment. See you later. I know that, so I don't want to know. And I think the ones that constantly try to remind you of how many people want them, I think that's a little messy to me. You know, it's like you trying to upstir jealousy or, you know, that's what you're trying to do. It's like you trying to get, like you said, rise out of me. And you might get what you want. And that's not a good thing all the time. So
yeah, that I said that could backfire. You got to know who you with, because you go in there telling them stuff, they might be ready to pop off on you, and then y'all could even break up. So you might get more than what you're bargaining for. You trying to turn somebody into a jealous person and be like, okay, like you said, trying to make them aware of what they have. But I look at it like this, honey. If they really love you, if they really respect you, they should already know what they have. They should not have to be put into a situation where they having to compete with an unknown entity, because this is somebody that you ran into at the store. If you don't even know them, then why are you even bringing that back home? You don't even know them. That's an irrelevant person. You know, they don't have any relevancy in your relationship or in your life, other than for you to go back and try to tell your mate that they cracked on you or whatever. That's not cool. That's not cool.
Exactly. I agree 100%, guys. But now let's take it a little further. We're not going to get into it, but I just want to put an idea in everybody's head, yours too, honey, because you don't know what I be talking about when I be on these topics. I just throw them out there at you. Okay. So this one, guys, we're not going to get into it because, you know, we're getting short on time, but we're not going to get into it. But we just said we don't want to know. But what if your friend hits on your mate?
Ooh.
We're not going to get into it, but just something to think about. We said we didn't want to know, and think about it. This person is over your house, male or female. You know, you're out of the room getting a couple of beers, thinking everything cool. Man, I'm going to get you a drink, man. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm going in the back. He's sitting there making googly eyes at your wife, you know. Now, do you tell?
We'll talk about that when we come back on Friday. We'll talk about that. We'll stay on this subject. So yeah, we can talk about that on our Friday show. That's a great topic. I see how he does me. He always throws me out there under the bus. And yeah, I would love to talk about that. I would love to talk about that. That's a great subject.
And that really happened too, guys.
Oh, that happens.
Yeah, it happens.
Oh yeah, that happens. So that happens more often than not.
Yeah.
That's bad.
So like I said, just a little food for thought, guys. Food for thought.
So when we come back on Fridays, we're going to talk about that. Make sure that you are listening to us on Radio Public. Whenever you listen to our show on Radio Public, you are financially supporting our show, and everyone benefits when they listen to us through the Radio Public app. So make sure when you do listen to us, you are actually downloading the app to your Android or iOS, iPhone devices, or on your iPads, whatever you listen to. Make sure that you're checking us out in Radio Public. We are on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Google Play, and all those other great platforms, but we really would love it if you listen to us on Radio Public to support Lunch Talk with the Carters if you really enjoy the show. Okay, guys? All right. So we're going to come back on Friday and we're going to talk about this juicy topic that my husband just said. What if your friends hit on your mate? What if your friend done cracked on your man or on your woman? Juicy. We'll be back. Lunch Talk with the Carters on Friday, guys. Peace.